president of Liberia, you see that executive mansion? I will turn it into a 5-star hotel. I don't need to be in such an elaborate infrastructure. It's been proven that you can run the executive mansion right out of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You can run the executive mansion out of a small place. Why do we need a whole Ministry of State just for presidential affairs? And it's a place where different people, all our look, even me now as CEO with more than 5,000 employees across Africa in multiple countries, I don't really have a special assistant. My laptop is it. I have different departments, different heads of different sections, and they work. Why do we need a president to have such elaborate infrastructure? The sooner we review this, the better the budget will begin to work for us and for the people. And if that doesn't happen, we're always going to have this situation. And that's why we're saying, ladies and gentlemen of the press, people in Radio Land, that we need to change the governance style of our country by changing the people we give power to. Thank you so much.
A team of journalists here at the Temple of Justice and with the mother of an 8-year-old alleged rape victim who has an issue concerning her daughter. Can you explain? First, they call your name.
I'm Naomi Tambi.
Okay, tell us.
I'm Naomi Tambi from the GSA Road. My daughter attending Faith Mission Christian System School in GSA Road Rehab. A big blue building in fence. She went to school November 17, which was the Monday. She was okay, nothing happened to her. She was lively when she left. Coming back in the evening, she started coming home limping. So when she came in, I asked her, what happened? She said nothing. But she limping. She walking, she feeling pain. I said, because she high, so I thought maybe she not do something to the school or teacher or beat her. Or maybe she not follow someone small friendly. But also any kind of way, she said nothing, mommy, nothing. So I said, okay. I made the hot water because normally in the evening, 2 of us can bathe together. I fetched the hot water, I put the water in the bucket. When I came, I saw her uniform, she took her from the back, from the head to the back, dirty. I said, why you want to go to school? You carry your uniform dirty like the first day of the week, which is Monday. I said, what happened your uniform dirty like that? She said, we were playing. I said, stop playing. You know, as a single mother, you go to school, pay attention, stop playing. See how you dirty. I put the water in the bucket, carry in the bathroom. I scrub her from head to toe. Wasting the water now, cleaning in front of her vagina. Then she pushed her butt behind. I said, when they will start. When you all the time, when you really daily, I can bathe you. So since you daily like that today, me bathe you, I bathe you, I reach in front of you, pushing your butt. What happened? She said nothing. And I talk, I bathe, dress, we go in the room. Then I call her. I said, you like chocolate milk? She said, yeah. I said, tell me what happened to you. You can't inside, you walking lipping. What did happen to your foot? She said, I know her foot hurting. I said, then why are you lipping? She said, nothing. I mean, only talking that thing, the conversation lasts for like 1 hour plus. I go angry. I said, since you now will tell me, I can't be you. I tell the ratty, I say later. As soon as I give a few latches, 3, 4, 5, she said, mommy, where I will talk. Because she's scared of BT. So anytime I want to get something for her, I get threatening her with BT. She said, mommy, where I will talk. Mommy, I will talk. I said, what happened? Tell me. She said, one boy carry me in the bathroom today. He let me down in the bathroom. I was behind my uniform was dirty. I said, he lay there in the bathroom for waiting. What he did with you? He said, he took out his sonny. He had trousers, he pulled it inside me. He took out, he pulled it inside me. I was shouting, then he called up for me, he go outside. I said, why you let complete to your teacher? He said, because the boy threatened her. He said, Mommy, the boy said he will kill me. And then in the night when we was sleeping, he will come burn the house here. That's the reason why I won't tell you. Now I tell you, I call Mona. I said, I didn't help you. In the morning, because I was late. On Tuesday, I came out to the school. I said, I didn't help you to my dollar. I will go to the police station. Now, Pastor Pan and Mistress Pan, the mother and the father of the school, they begged me. They said, no, now we don't know the case. Now we see the person that did the act. I said, all right. Now, calm down. Then, when all of men in the school were teaching the children, they call him Mr. May. Mr. May said, where I will get the person. What she said, the boy in 5th grade in the school, I will get him. Now the man went. After he canceled her, he talked to her, he pet her, she was free because she was scared. When they reached her 5th grade class, she started treating me. She said she won't go inside. They may have to pet her. They put the boys there outside one by one. Now they went here, she said no. Now the other person, she said no. The last person came, which is the boy came. My daughter started crying.
What is the name?
Your name Lincoln Charles. He in 5th grade. My daughter started crying.
How old is he?
He 15 years. She started crying. She said she won't talk. Mommy, I won't talk. The boy said he won't kill me. I won't talk. I said, I beg you talk. Nobody will do nothing to you. I hear. Nobody will do nothing to you. Now they call the boy also. They asked him, he denied it. They asked him, he denied it. And the people said, okay, now they involve the parents. They asked him, what your pa and your money? And no more. He said, he get it, that only his grandmother in the States, no more he get. So Mr. May and Mr. Pan in the school said, but how you will only get your grandmother no more? The people you left you, which is your mother and your father, you not get that no more. Then Mr. May said, Mommy, when you get it no more yet, you know how I can be, I will be, you will get it no more. So they pet him, they take the number from him. And how he get his father no more. They call his father, they explain everything. He said he basing him at work. And how they call the mother came. When she came, she spoke to us. Then she said, I want to have one-to-one talk with the lady. I said, but I can't be there. She said, no. All the teachers, the lady, with one other man in the school, they call Mr. Richard. He's teaching in the 4th grade class. That three of them went upstairs. When they went upstairs, she started telling the lady, say, when you call my son, you lie on my son, I will go to Melasi man. I will go do my own. I will go kill the person. So that how Rachel poor also. Rachel said, no, not how to talk to child. You can't be counseling a child, talking to the child. The child will not point your son so that your son do the act. Then you talking, call him Melasi maybe. You expect her to say any other thing again. You can't do things like that. Now Mr. Rachel poor also. He came downstairs, the place all of us was sitting and he came here explained it to us. So I approached her, I said, why you must be going, you'll be talking to the lady. Then you talk about Melasi man. She said, oh, I want to talk about the Melasi man because I wanted to go find her. I said, no, but you don't say things like that to a child. You don't say it. I said, you don't say things like that. Immediately her uncle came. When her uncle came, he said, okay, since that thing looking like that, the people doing all these things because you not get nobody behind you. I will go to the police station, I will go to the hospital to Dupo Road. I will go there. Now how the girl we went there. She said, and now her son. She know her son. She know her son. She gets small girls straight into the hall. They wanna play with them. They wanna finger them. What's special about my daughter? Now her son will move from her 5th grade class. He will come to my daughter to carry her in the bathroom to sleep with her. Now her son. She started denying her mistress Pan said, no, that's not how you're supposed to do it, the mother of the school now. She said, that's not how, Mr. Pan too said, that's not how, all of them talk to her. They said, that's not how you're supposed to talk. You can't as a mother, you're not supposed to be threatening a child. Your son, oh, they threatening her that when she call her name, he will kill her. He will burn down the house when they're sleeping. She or man. Then now you can't again with another threatening remarks. She said, well, I just said I will go find her and I will find her. Nobody will stop me, I will go find her. Now her uncle came and carry me to the hospital in Dupo Road. They can check the raping case. When we went there, me, her, my daughter, uncle, with my father. All of us went there. We went there, they do everything, the people call the lady to check up. 2 different people check up. When they check up, they call me, they call her, they brought no man. She even able to look there. They say, see, you want to deny for your child. She don't want to look there because they play with very red. They can't get bruises all over vagina. They place red and they will use the English on me in the ball. Not only touch the leg, he also penetrated. Like in the next day to her, she keep also, she wrote the thing in the report. She said, I sent it there with the officer. She gave it to the officer. The officer brought it back to the police station.
Which police station?
Zunfa GSA Road. Police station. And the plane will go. They carry the report there. Then they make ask me into all my statement into the leg. Then even the teacher that came with us and took information. I think 3 or 4 different statements he got from all of us. Then the following morning, which was yesterday, we went on the campus to see the plane that happen on the site. The people take picture of the site, they tell the lady to show the bathroom, the boy carry her. She went, she showed the bathroom. They ask her, she keeps saying that they won't brought to it to her. She keeps saying that they won't brought to it to her. So the police people say, but the people say that fresh penetration, penetration. So why? He was saying, no, he. Last operation, everything inside it. Now, not something that happened before. So what he was saying, Nana he, and yesterday the leg key in lipping. So still he said, Nana he. They finished taking information. Yesterday they went to the school. They do everything to the school. They take pictures. Then they started begging.
Who they started begging?
The poor family. The king, they follow in my yard last night when I said, they money again, they went there, they follow in the yard. 2 days now they coming to the house.
So what the school say to her about it?
The school too say, okay, if the people not get money now, they will assist, they will get money for the treatment because I tell them, say, I don't have money and I spend too much since Monday that it happened. And everywhere you go, you will spend. So I not get money. So the school said they will get the money. They will get smoothie when they gave it for me to go treat. After everything, the people will get their money back. So I said, okay, since they're looking like that, and I get money, I said, bring it. Now how they give me $55 US. Now what me, my daughter.
Who gave you?
The school. Pastor Pang, the man get a school. He went to his wife, which is Mistress.
UNA Spectrum 2025 estimates there are 36,000 people living with HIV in Liberia, representing a prevalence of 0.9%. The 2013 Liberia Demographic and Health Survey reported a prevalence of 2.1%. Of this number, women account for 21,000. Testing coverage has improved significantly. Out of the 36,000 persons estimated to be living with HIV in Liberia, 31,000 persons have been tested and know their HIV status. Of the 31,000 persons tested, 30,798 are on treatment. To date, 95% of those on treatment are virally suppressed. Distinguished colleagues and members of the press, as we celebrate these milestones, let us be reminded that sustaining the gains we've made is only possible when we take full responsibility of our health.
President of Liberia, you see that executive mansion? I will turn into a 5-star hotel. I don't need to be in such an elaborate infrastructure. It's been proven that you can run the executive mansion right out of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You can run the executive mansion out of a small place. Why do we need a whole Ministry of State just for presidential affairs? And it's a place where different people, all our look, even me now as CEO with more than 5,000 employees across Africa in multiple countries, I don't really have a special assistant. How laptop is it? I have different departments, different heads or different sections, and they work. Why do we need a president to have such elaborate infrastructure? The sooner we review this, the better the budget will begin to work for us and for the people. And if that doesn't happen, we're always going to have this situation. And that's why we're saying, ladies and gentlemen of the press, people in Radio Land, that we need to change the governance style of our country by changing the people we give power to. Thank you so much.
Of candidates Boaka Joseph N. and Jeremiah K. Kun of UP has the highest number of votes, 814,481, constituting 50.64% over
I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Hey. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take up coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep.
Major headlines, we got a lot tonight. So we like to say a pleasant good evening from Liberia. This is Wiz TV. My name is William McGill, and let's take this off. It's a fascinating night tonight. Yeah, a great one. So yeah, let's say good evening and welcome to our final presentation for this week of the program, The Round Table. Today is Thursday, November 2025, and it's great to be on here. What do we have on our plate tonight? Mr. Abu is not available, and basically we're gonna talk about some of these things that have been into news, and let me come out with our talking points for tonight. We are basically going to talk about the HIV and AIDS situation. We all know that December 1 will be National AIDS Day, and we've got a report as a country as to how many persons in this country is currently living with the virus, and that's a lot of number we've seen so far in the news concerning the HIV and AIDS, and it's a lot of number. If I can say anything more than that, 36,000 Liberian. So we'll talk about that, and we'll also look into several other issues here tonight. But let's take this song again. Once we get back, we get right into it.
There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially women. No job, no money. No gods, no glory. No help for poor men. That's what we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no.
Yeah, no job, no money, no job, no money, no job, no money. Welcome back to the program, guys. And tonight, I'm alone on the show. So, basically, before we dive into the National AIDS Commission of Liberia report, there's this one thing I strongly want to talk about is the issue of the Liberia traffic management. Hmm? Um, One thing I can say is that it's not a joking situation. Yeah, it's not a joking situation with the Liberia traffic management thing. We understand the police uh, needs to do their job in as much as the police is going to be doing their own job as has been required uh, uh, by law and and in the right way. They should also be very professional and cognizant of the fact that some of the actions they will be taking definitely going to be risky. I'm saying this to say that um, a lot of a lot of of the officers are doing their utmost best, but again, there's a lot of these officers who are still being unprofessionals. Yes, I'm saying this with no fear. They are very unprofessional. To the fact that they've seen a lot of their colleagues die from being reckless, and some is recklessness in general. Some drivers are reckless in the fact that they don't respect these officers, believing that um, they will have to give them nickel or dime at the end of the day, 50 or 100 at the end of the day, even if they are violating whatever thing they are. So they don't respect these officers, and they usually want to use that as an advantage against the officers. So, in as much as we have seen our progress in terms of regulating traffic and traffic violations in our country, police should be cognizant of the fact that they should be very professional. And it's one thing I've seen. I'm almost in time almost every day, and I just choose to bring it out on the show tonight. Flag it out, and I've seen that a lot, is being done. So, what we can do as a country, as a nation, and as people is to make sure that these officers remain professionals of what they're doing, and to be able to basically do it the right way. It's not something that we saying because we hate these officers. No, but we've witnessed a lot of unprofessionalism in the traffic, and it's something that we want to call on the Liberia National Police, in as much as they're doing everything to be very professional and making sure that you know we can have things smoothly. So now, let me play this clip quickly. Let me play this clip quickly.
Five estimates, there are 36,000 people living with HIV in Liberia, representing a prevalence of 0.9%.
Did you hear that? This is the topic all around right now across our country with this news and reports coming in. 36,000 representing 0.2%. Hmm? Um, we understand that. Let's get into it, right? 36,000 persons. Hmm? 36. Let's go.
The 2013 Liberia Spectrum 2025 estimates there are 36,000 people living with HIV in Liberia, representing a prevalence of 0.9%. The 2013 Liberia Demographic and Health Survey reported a prevalence of 2.1%. Of this number, women account for 21,000. Testing coverage has improved significantly. Out of the 36,000 persons estimated to be living with HIV in Liberia, 31,000 persons have been tested and know their HIV status. Of the 31,000 persons tested, 30,798 are on treatment. To date, 95% of those on treatment are virally suppressed. Distinguished colleagues and members of the press, as we celebrate these milestones, let us be reminded that sustaining the gains we've made is only possible when we take full responsibility of our health.
You listen to Madam Cecilia Nuta, and she talk about uh, how many persons that are currently living with HIV and AIDS in Liberia is something that we can say that basically is of concern as people. So let's say the National AIDS Commission released a troubling rise in Liberia's HIV numbers. 36,000 Liberians are currently living with the virus, HIV and AIDS, up from 34,000. So it used to be 34,000 persons, and now we've added additional 2,000 to this, and a lot of them are females. Let's go into it. Just in a year, we added 2,000 persons. It tells you how at risk we are, how at risk we are in terms of this virus in just a year. In just a year. And the women remain the most affected people of this virus. So December 1 is approaching, and the big question we have is you know why women? Why? Is it because we see uh, a lot of crazy things are happening? A lot of these females are doing some really funny things, and it it will interest you to know that when you're walking along the road. I live Pinsville here. Hmm? When you're walking along the route to Red Light from Tuport Road Junction, it tells you how vulnerable these females are. You see a lot of them by the sidewalk, a lot of them by the sidewalk. Hmm? Hey, you go to the nightclubs, a lot, a lot, a lot, and we don't even care as to who we are having an intercourse with. Are there protections being taken by us as people? And sometimes when you tell people it's very prudent and important enough to have a single partner that you would definitely, you can trust, and you both know your status and everything. Hmm? It's prudent enough because you can tell who has the virus only because you look at the person's face and tells, this person has the virus. I could go get myself tested, and you know I know I get the virus, and start my treatment. I live healthy. It's not like before. You know, you will see somebody malnourished, and sometimes that we used to see back then, and then you tells that this person do carries the virus. It's no longer like those times. This is troubling. And some of the questions I sat and asked myself before coming on here was, is it that the Liberia National AIDS Commission is carrying on more awareness, or they forgot that we do have HIV and AIDS? We battling abject poverty in this country. People barely be able to survive. We battling monkeypox, mpox, and this is another aspect that much attention is not given to. Mpox. I have one of my colleagues. He works with an entity that provide food for the guys there, and he tells me, of recent we spoke. He tells me uh, the death rate is at 26 persons, and a lot close to 50 something persons at the time. Hmm? Is it because we do not have a lot of awareness, or there's been awareness and proper education, and our people choose to continue having unprotected sex? What is really the problem? This is actually alarming, right? It's alarming because you will not even tell who has the virus, except for the fact that you opportune to carry on some investigation and understand that this is happening. You can tell who has this virus. You can. So in that point, basically, I think in as much as December 1 is going to be um War is Day, we basically have to create a lot of awareness. Oh, what is it that they're not telling us at the AIDS Commission? There's no more support. Of recent, I listened to, I think the president did had a program uh for the AIDS Commission as well to raise funds, because um the US USAID a project that was being cut off from African nations, with no exception to Liberia, and it affected that side of of the government. I understand that. So, what can we do in order to raise a lot of awareness? Should we have jingles? Should we have different forms of awareness on radios, on televisions, educating people what to do and how to go about it in trying to stay safe? Because that's a huge number, a very huge number of people that are currently living with that virus. 36,000 within just a year. 2,000 plus persons is currently affected. And we're taking this to be a total joke. This is not something to see as a joke. And I think the National Public Health Institute, NPHIL, should do more in terms of their awareness on these kind of situations. And we saw a lot of effort during the COVID. There were a lot of awareness that we saw coming around in terms of educating people in as to how they should go about with daily activities. I think similar thing needs to be done in terms of educating us. Because tell me, do we want this country to be like South Africa? Yeah. Before I approach you now, I should tell you if I get A's or something and something, and I should. It's alarming, to be frank. It's actually alarming. It's basically a scare situation. Do you know how much of a person? 36,000, 0.2% of our population. Yeah, it's true, it's less than, 36,000, but that's huge as well. Those numbers of persons are capable of spreading the virus as well. Capable, very capable. So I think MPhil should be able to collaborate with the AIDS Commission, and awareness is prudent. That's why we are also here to raise awareness on these kinds of situations. Awareness is prudent. We should also be asking ourselves, what is putting these women at risk, a very high risk? What? Hmm? Is it because of the social activities? You go to club and socialize and all of that. What is actually 36,000 of our people are affected by AIDS currently? Within a year period, we had a number of 2,000 persons. Or is it because of the economic conditions? What is it that are putting our women at risk? So meaning now, there's a higher number of females, right? Let's take this again. Let's take this. I just want us to listen to this again.
UNAIDS Spectrum 2025 estimates there are 36,000 people living with HIV in Liberia, representing a prevalence of 0.9%. The 2013 Liberia Demographic and Health Survey reported a prevalence of 2.1%. Of this number, women account for 21,000. Testing coverage has improved significantly. Out of the 36,000 persons estimated to be living with HIV in Liberia, 31,000 persons have been tested and know their HIV status. Of the 31,000 persons tested, 30,798 are on treatment. To date, 95% of those on treatment are virally suppressed. Distinguished colleagues and members of the press, as we celebrate these milestones, Let us be reminded that sustaining the gains we've made is only possible when we take full responsibility of our health.
That is it right there. Definitely, that is it right there. Hmm? Let me move this thing from my screen. Yeah, that is it. It's basically you listen to Maranuta giving that figure. Hmm? What can we do? What can we do? And you listen to Madam Cecilia Nuta. She said there is a need. There is a need for increased domestic support. And I was saying this. I just said it. It said that we don't have the necessary support because uh, we saw that USAID sponsor most of these AIDS programs and everything, and you know it was moving fine. Now that they cut it off in less than a year, we have 2,000 persons already down with the virus, making it 36,000. Hmm? What can we do to support more? Do we need central government to increase the budget of the National AIDS Commission? This is alarming. What is it? Hmm? Let me while we stay on this, right? Let me see how much is there for the AIDS Commission in terms of the current draft budget. Hmm? How much how much is there? It's in the national draft budget for how much is there? Hmm? For the National AIDS Commission of Liberia. How much is there? She talks about domestic support. Domestic support. We all need that. And what is coming? uh, this is serious. It's actually serious. So let me say this right in a whole country budget. Hmm? In a whole country budget, we have 101.71 out of the 1.2 billion draft budget that is allocated to the health sector. And out of that, for the National AIDS Commission of Liberia, they have 939,859 in the proposed fiscal year 2026. That's the total money there to cater to people that got AIDS. Are we joking in this country? Are we actually joking? Hmm? Or we still thinking that we will always have donor supports? Hmm? Always have donor supports to support all of our institution. Then what make us a government? What make a government to run? And another thing again, I want to look at on this issue of the AIDS situation. Is it that we don't want to be stigmatized? Yeah. And people not willing to go and get themselves tested. Is it's possible that could be one thing. We could have had more than that number, but we as a people, what assurance do the citizens have? What assurance do a person have that when they go, you get yourself tested, and next thing you will not see your result in the community? How professional are these health practitioners to save people personal information? I used to have let me just come up with this scenario. I used to have one guy, usually on a monthly routine, um, community nurse guy. He works with one clinic, you know, and starts to do my checkup. But every time when I go do my lab, there's only one result this guy keep giving me. I was like, and the next thing he starts to tell you about things he sees in the other people. It's like, this man, I told myself, like, this guy is not professional enough. Imagine you going to do my life and seeing something else. You might go and tell somebody else. Who knows? If you're doing it and telling me, you telling somebody else. So I had to stop. That's how unprofessional most of these nurses are. So because of that, we don't want to get stigmatized. Ye, that William, that one get is just exactly how they will behave. So we don't want to get stigmatized. We will keep in our comfort zone. And I'll tell you, I was just joking with somebody. I was like, the first thing is you go and get tested. It's not like before, right? Like before, you're thinking how you will even stay in the community, but you're thinking if you get tested, you come back, and how could you even tell somebody or your boyfriend you're married, or your tell that, yeah, yes. They will not. In fact, they might be the first person to spread your situation. So because people do not want to get stigmatized of this kind of situation, they now go and just don't care what the essence of me. There's no essence. Absolutely, there's no essence of me going to do any test. No essence. So I better stay at my house. Yeah, better stay at my house. I better stay at my house. I stay at my house. Yeah, I will not go anywhere to get tested. That's exactly how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. So these are things that we usually come on to say. These are things. And our country, our beloved country, Liberia, is is keep frustrating us. I'm saying this because we will always want to depend on people's money. Always rarely to depend on people's money. Yeah. Basically, we hope that the government of Liberia on this national AIDS report, the AIDS Commission report, that the government in itself can be able to strengthen the National AIDS Commission to be able to create more awareness about the spread of HIV and AIDS. I think we all deserve to live a healthy life, and as such, if we can, and it will mean it will mean well for us. It will mean well for us. So we basically have to go and start doing something better and be mindful, learn to have protected sex. Yeah, I think it's something that we all should now take into consideration. And I want to talk about this this entire rape saga that I've seen on the internet. And before I go to talking about it, let me play the lady video.
A single mother, you go to school, pay attention, stop playing. See how you dirty. I put the water in the bucket, carry in the bathroom. I scrub her from head to toe. Wasting the water now, cleaning even her vagina. Then she push her butt behind. I say, when they will start. When you read all the time, when you read it daily, I can bathe you. So since you daily like that today, me bathe you, I bathe you, I reaching phone on you, pushing your butt. What happened? She said nothing. And I talk, I bathe, dress, we go in the room. Then I call her. I said, you like chocolate milk? She said, yeah. I said, tell me what happened to you. You can't inside you walking leaping. What did happen to your foot? She said, I know her foot hurting. I said, then why you leaping? She said, nothing. I mean, only talking that thing, the conversation lasts for like 1 hour plus. I go angry. I said, since you now will tell me I can't be you. I tell the ratty and say later. As soon as I give a few latches, 3, 4, 5, she said, mommy, where I will talk. Because she's scared of BT. So anytime I want to get something for her, I get threatening her with BT. She said, mommy, where I will talk. Mommy, I will talk. I said, what happened? Tell me. She said, one boy carry me in the bathroom today. He let me down in the bathroom. I was behind my uniform was dirty. I said, he lay there in the bathroom for waiting. What he did with you? He said, he took out his sonny. He had trousers, he pulled it inside me. He took out, he pulled it inside me. I was shouting, then he called up for me, he go outside. I said, why you let complete to your teacher? He said, because the boy threatening her. He said, mommy, the boy said he will kill me. And then in the night when we was sleeping, he will come burn the house here.
Smocha. It's not funny at all. It's literally from her voice. It tells you that she's she's very very pain. You can see the grief in her. It tells you that she's absolutely grieving per the situation. And I just want to say a few things about this, and I can go on with other discussions. Um, I think rape is not it's not a common and an easy crime, right? And the fact that that boy will have to carry out such act allegedly on the campus is also something, if he stays with his parent, that needs to be investigated. If he's a small child, where did he learn that? With even remarks, I don't think that person is a child. Yeah, apparently they are not. Because the fact that the mother is saying that the child said that the person threatened her to kill her if she tells anyone per the act they've done. The fact that you even threatening somebody per your action, it tells that you've done bad. Note that. No lie. Clear indication. It tells that you know you've done bad. That's one. Two, um, the fact that threatening to even burn down the house, if that is also established as a fact, it tells that boy has a lot of sense of what he did. And when I played this video earlier on, she said that the mother of the boy, the mother of the boy, even threatened to go to medicine, juju and check it out. Let me say this, plain blank. hmm, Most of these things that are happening are usually facilitated by parents, and most of that's one reasons I see most of our people complaining about these situations and complaining about their children running in the streets and everything. I'd be like, but you contributed to this in the fact that you don't want your child being pictured as that bad person, and you don't also want to restrict or discipline your child. You always want to be that parent that would want to correct the wrongs and say your child can do such a wrong thing. Parents are also contributing to the problem that is being caused by their children. You as a mother, let's be real, you're a woman as well. And the lady is alleging that she said she will go to medicine man, even denying the act that her son can do it. If her son can do it, her son should have done it at the house. Meaning it was going to be compromised there. Same way they want to compromise this here. And there's no compromising in rape situation. That is the same thing we've seen with the lack of Brian McGill, the suspended minister Brian McGill. I don't even know if he will go back to that position. We are yet to see further. So let's wait. With this case too, and there's also denial from the boy and his parent. And if you listen to the lady, the mother of the girl, she says that they've even gone to a place as of this morning and yesterday evening. They were there baking her. For what reason? So it tells that they know what their child done is wrong. That they've gone now realize after the report from the clinic to come and apologize. The first question for this is, Conan Gregory Coleman, are you going to run a DNA test for this? Yeah, because we still awaiting DNA result and want a DNA test for the situation involving Bryant McGill. Now, the lady is saying she's a single mother. Fair enough. She's actually, you know, worried. Don't have money for treatment. She don't even know her whereabouts as to how to pursue the case. I know for one fact our police people, they will hate me for saying this, but even that situation, before you go further, they will ask her for money as if to say the government is not paying it. Even if the government paying it, how much the government paying it as well? It's a chicken change. 150. The least. So you can have your child, hmm, and you know your child done wrong. Not just wrong, but committed a crime, a state crime. That's a state crime. Rape. Allegedly rape the little girl. An allegation leveled against your child. Then you go as a mother and start threatening to go to murders him, to kill. Also threatening the girl again as a mother to kill her after your son have done. I think the police should also press charges. If this comes to the police, they should also press charges against the mother of that child, that boy. Let me be precise. They should also press charges against her. There's a lot of things that is going on that is not right. And sometimes we want to look at things that government doing that is not right. We should also start to look at ourselves as people that wants a better country. Should we always try to do away with the law and do what we want? And the fact that that lady came out to speak, she took a bold step. Rape is not an easy thing. It also causes trauma for the individual affected by the act. It causes stigmatization. We know our society, so you can't treat such a situation like it's a mere community issue. It's not. It's absolutely not. And I think if the relevant authorities have followed this video and watching as well, should know that there's a serious, serious situation. It's actually a serious situation. You're a fifth grader in elementary. What do you want to do with sex? This is why we say, parents parents needs to be strong and needs to know what they're doing. And I also feel like a lot a lot more are needed from our parents these days. A lot. A lot more. A lot more. You as a mother, instead of coming to calm the situation and you try to raise the flame, start to raise the flame. Hmm? So rape is not an easy situation, and we understand that there's a lot that has to do with this entire thing, and all we can say is that rape is not an easy situation, and we hope that the relevant authorities, civil society organizations, can be able to follow up and help this lady as well, and you know making sure that she can have the relevant and requisite authorities she needs. So on that note, we will like to close up for tonight, and yeah, we'll be on here Tuesday. We will be on here Tuesday, beginning 10 p.m. Liberia time and 5 p.m. the U.S. time, and Thursday as well, to talk more about issues that matter most to our beloved country, Liberia. We extend our heartfelt condolence to Mr. Abu. He told us he's having some loss of somebody, which we're not really sure of who. Mm, yeah. So we hope that he will be with us on Tuesday's presentation, where we talk more about our country and our beloved Liberia. My name has been William Papa Lockable McGill, bidding you a pleasant a good night from Liberia, Pinsville. On behalf of Wiz TV entire team, good night.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release a day. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major